Hello everyone, welcome to the session on 8/12/2022. So let us quickly get into the news. So the first issue is with respect to Germany. We are all aware that in Germany, Hitler, Mussolini, these type of people, like, uh, when you look at Europe, not just Germany, Hitler, Mussolini, and others, they have always tried to run fascist governments. In Germany, recently there was one group which was trying to overthrow the parliament and they wanted to come back to power and they wanted to make sure that Hitler type rule will come back. But German government tried to prevent it. So this is a serious issue that we need to be cautious about. Second, why is Parliament silent on voiding of NJAC as Vice President? Now you see this. Let me explain this entire drama that is happening. Now, in India, whenever we need to do something with the constitution, let us say I need to change something in the constitution. Then I need to get at least two-third support of Rajya Sabha, two-third support of Lok Sabha, right? And then, if at all it is affecting center-state relations, then at least half of the states should support me. Now, this is what is important to change a constitution, but mostly this. But if it also affects center state, even this comes into the picture, correct? Now, once all these are done, then president will accept, then it will become an act. But remember, here the biggest problem for us is after doing all these things, Supreme Court can say this is wrong because it is against basic structure of the constitution. As it is against basic structure of the constitution, this is not correct. This is how the Supreme Court will say something is wrong. So much of effort is gone, guys. Can you see? Now, in Supreme Court judges appointment, how exactly do you appoint Supreme Court judges? The Supreme Court judges, like there will be a committee made of judges and that would recommend the name of a judge to the government, and government should approve. So who is appointing? Judges are appointing judges. Then the Congress government and all they told that we will go for NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. So in this you will have judges, you will have government, we both will select a judge and we both will tell it to the government, right? So government will do the appointment. Now court told this is against the basic structure of the constitution. Why are you people interfering? You do not have any role in appointment of the judges. So they told completely gone. Stop everything. We will go with old system rather than following the new system. Now this happened in the year 2015. So the vice president is asking, when, like, you have entire parliament framing a bill to an act, and if Supreme Court comes and says it's void, who has the authority? It is ultimately the people of the country who has authority. But here Supreme Court has the authority, because finally if it says no, it's a no. Why are you allowing that to happen is the question here is. Next, RBI goes slow on rates, limits increase to 35 base points. So guys, normally when we look at RBI, so today RBI's role is to control inflation plus focus on growth. Fine. So whenever inflation is more, RBI will say that interest rate increase, so that people will get less loan. Less loan means less buying. Less buying means inflation will reduce. This is what RBI's plan. So now what RBI is doing? RBI has just increased 35 base points because it says inflation has reduced, but not much. Even now, inflation is in 6.7% to 6.8%, right? But the core inflation, if you take, it is more. So, RBI is trying to tell us that even now there is inflation, so I'm increasing less because inflation is less. But we should be careful. So, as there is less inflation, less increase in interest, effect will be less. So, that's why only 35 base points. Fine, guys. The, the buses have been stopped. Delhi up wins. The perils of undoing the framework of reservation. People want caste to be removed, but people want caste to be there in certain areas. So, can't help. BIMSTEC as a key to a new South Asian regional order. So, let me explain this. Yes, today is December 8th, on which Sarc was actually established. So December 8, 1985 or 4, there was, yeah, 1985, Sarc was established. And in Sarc, we had Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and later, and the last one to join was Afghanistan. Why did we form Sarc? See, guys, Europe made European Union. Southeast Asia established ASEAN. Europe went for European Union. Southeast Asia went for ASEAN. Sub-Saharan Africa and all went for different organizations. And European Union was successful, ASEAN was successful. India thought it is important for us also to focus on this. So they were working on SARC. But in SARC, there was no progress because of Pakistan and India. Then, 25 years back, we established BIMSTEC. Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan. Yes, these two, Nepal and Bhutan. Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan. So in this Myanmar and Thailand are there, no Pakistan. So BIMSTEC is for South Asia and Southeast Asia, whereas SARC is only for South Asia. In BIMSTEC, new member countries can come. So we can include Maldives and all. And the article is trying to say SARC is a failure because of Pakistan and India issues. So we should at least focus on BIMSTEC. And it says regional organizations are very, very important because in these organizations, you can see BIMSTEC is all about developing countries, right? So when you have a group of developing countries working together anywhere, so that will have edge for us. That will help us a lot. So we should focus on this grouping is what it tries to tell us, guys. Fine. So BIMSTEC is important, is what the article is trying to argue. Yes, this article is good. You can just make few examples as notes because, some tourism, whenever it comes, you may give some examples like this that foreigners are attacked and all, nothing much. There's no plans to conduct recruitment exams only in Hindi. Not required, guys. Reservation for Dalit converts. Supreme Court to decide. So Supreme Court is hearing the case. Once the judgment comes, it becomes important. Counting of Gujarat Assembly polls today, not required. 10,000 personnel to oversee counting process in Himachal, not required. Bill to amend law on cooperative societies introduced in the Lok Sabha. So, yeah, this is a very good one. So, normally, what happened, as I told you, whenever you change anything in the constitution, you need at least two-thirds of the Lok Sabha and two-thirds of the Rajya Sabha to accept, as you people are aware. And I told you half of the states must also accept. But when this cooperative societies was changed in the constitution, right? Two-thirds of Lok Sabha, two-thirds of Rajya Sabha accepted, but half of the states didn't accept. So that is the basic problem, because of which Like, they made an act, president gave permission, everything. Then Supreme Court told, you have not followed the proper procedure, so please follow the procedure and come back. That bill they are adapting again. Supreme Court directs center RBI. So, guess Supreme Court is asking, how did you come to a process? Tell us, how was the decision taken? Congress and Trinamool flag denial of House panel leadership. See, guys, there is a parliament session. So, because of that, what will happen every time whenever there is a parliament session, government opposition they all sit, opposition meeting will be there, government meeting will be there. They will think what can be done to ensure that peacefully some bills have been passed, and opposition will tell which are the issues that we should raise. So that's a common thing that happens. India will build consensus with G20 on global issues. So guys, as India has got, we are trying to talk about that, nothing much. uh, Jai Shankar has told that India has told, if China tries to change anything in the LEAC, we are not going to accept it. UGC forms panel to work on textbooks in Indian languages. UGC is trying to tell that we need to bring all Indian textbooks in local languages at affordable cost by giving it in e-digital form. Center asks Google to stop publishing online betting ads. Big industries don't observe uniform labor standards in India. Not required, guys. Plan to install 500 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity. This is very important. India is planning to go for 500 gigawatt of electricity by 2030, and for this we need an investment of 2.44 lakh crore, right? And we are trying to get it through Gati Shakti, National Investment Pipeline, and other aspects. So, this is a process. You can just make a note. India has a plan to install 500 gigawatts of renewable energy, which would cost 2.44 trillion. This is important, but the plan is not clear. That's just an idea. So you can use it while talking about climate change and all. All these are not required, guys. Yeah. So, guys, not much news today, but thank you, guys.